If the potential clients, if they're already using your competitor services, it is never a challenge. I always take it as an opportunity because in that case, you don't have to convince them the benefits of outsourcing.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, Nitin.
Uh,
Hi.
Hi.
Someone else has
Um,
joined meeting with you, Rubina.
yeah, Rubina is also there with me.
Hello. Okay. Yes. Tell me,
Yeah,
what can I do for you?
yeah,
You watch some of my videos or something?
yeah, yes. Hi, Miss. My name is Nitin, and she's my partner. Her name is Rubina, and
Okay.
we have operating one company here in Gurgaon. The name of the company is Panacea India.
All right.
So, like, I would want Rubina to tell something about her also because she is from a different background, and yeah.
Sure. Sure. Yes, please.
Yeah, hi. How are you?
I'm good, Rubina. How are you?
I'm good too.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, actually, the thing is that I'm totally from a hospitality background, so we are very much keen in this segment. So we really wanted to know more about it.
Okay. All right. And then what about you, Nitin? What is your background?
Okay, so I'm from IT background, and before that, I have worked in multiple companies, and then I started my own business. That was also into hospitality domain, but
All
that
right.
was a different kind of business, you can say,
Sure.
wherein
Sure.
I was into development part, and then we also have a co-franchise model wherein we
Okay.
operate like hotels and work upon that.
Okay. All right. So you are you already running a software company?
No, right now, yeah, not I'm not running any software company, but I used to work in a software. I have worked in TCS and Accenture, and I was into like development part before, but now after like you can say around 8 years before, I switched it to hospitality domain, and then at the same time, I was also helping my company to build up a
Sure.
robust system to for the hospitality itself. So you can say, moreover, I'm having a mixed kind of experience in hospitality as well as IT industry.
Got it. Okay. And then just a little bit more about the thing what you had mentioned on WhatsApp chat that
Yeah,
about some kind of funds that you had lost with company in Dubai. What was that
yeah,
about?
yeah. So what happens? We met with the company. So what happens? Like there was a consulting company in Mumbai,
Okay.
and they approached us for the BPO projects, and they give the complete presentation about how the projects will be there, and for that purpose we would have to go to Dubai and get the signing prospect done from there itself.
Sure.
So
Okay.
basis on that, like they charge some upfront amount from us, which was 2 lakh rupees in Mumbai, and they ask us to visit Dubai, and then we went there. We had a conversation with the client itself, and that company was also like they claim that they are level one company, which means they take projects from companies, and then after they cascade it to different uh, companies, or
All right.
this is how the model works for them. So
Okay.
they asked some upfront amount from us, which was around 40,000 dirham. So in total, like we paid around 10 lakh rupees there,
Okay. Okay.
a little more than that, not exactly 10, but little more than that. So
Okay.
because there were two different currencies involved in it. Now
Right.
what happens from there, when we came back and we started operating the procedure that they gave us, and after that,
Mm-hmm.
like we started hiring people, and but the hiring process was so complex, and it was framed in such a way that the hiring could not be completed at any mode. So what
Mm-hmm.
happens, like they gave us such a kind of a frame wherein we have to present at least 15 profile to them, and then after at least 10 candidate has to turn out on the set date and particular time that they have
Mm-hmm.
given to us. So that doesn't happen anyhow, and when 10 people are not there for a single profile, they will not take interviews at all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So this is how it happens with us. And after that, like we said that, okay, if it is not working out, then please refund the over amount. So they said, no, we cannot refund the amount till the time the lock-in period is not over. So we
Right.
are in a dilemma, like how and what we can do.
Understood. And now, what is your next question? Is it about like how you can get the clients? Is that the question is, or
Yes, yes.
yeah?
So, after that, that happens with us. After that, we were trying to figure out the things like, how we can still persist this business and we can move forward so that, we can make some impression into the industry and we can put our footstep towards it. So I went through with your videos and I did a lot of research, including Rubina, and we were trying to figure out the things and what we can do.
Now, in terms of your company, do you have any other clients, or was it the only prospect that you were depending on?
Yeah, so that was the only prospect that we were depending on, and apart from that, we try to find some more clients, but those are outbound clients, like wherein we need to sell the product. And after this incident, we are not so comfortable that we can deal with anyone. And here, what happens? We anyhow we would not be able to meet with the direct clients. So this is the primary thing, how we can meet with the client or how we can talk to the client and what prospects we can have for that matter.
And are you only looking for the BPO projects, or since you're from software background, are you also looking for any software projects?
Yeah. So for the software projects, I'm already having one project which is up and running. But in that project, I don't need to provide anything. I don't need to build any software or provide any resources or services to a client. I just need to provide a manpower solution. So this is going on right now with us, and that is with one of the very good companies. So I'm just providing good resources to them. This is a different vertical that I'm just operating right now. So,
Okay.
but what happens in manpower solution? We don't have much to do. We don't have much work to do anyhow. So we just to keep engaging ourselves, we need to have a valid business form. So yeah, so this is what we were thinking and planning to do, and we were thinking about to make a company for BP industry because that is the most most of the people
Lucrative.
would want to work. Yeah, yeah,
Definitely, definitely. Yes, it is a lucrative business, definitely. However, as I mentioned in my several videos, that whenever you try to find some quick ways to get the clients on board, you
hmm
usually end up in such type of things.
yes.
So my next question to you is that how is the marketing done so far for the company? Who is handling marketing? Do you have any? Uh, i- because Rubina comes from the hospitality industry, you come from software industry. So
Yeah.
who handles your marketing? What efforts have been taken? Is there something done?
So we both are taking care of the marketing right now. So what happens? We take data from different sources, from online sources, and then after honestly, we don't have any robust system right now. Wherein we can frame out the things how we can marketize. But apart from that, as far as I have studied about, I try to find some of the email ID from gethumans.com. From
Mm-hmm.
there, we get to know all the clients who use customer care numbers. So from
Right.
there, I got a lot of email IDs and numbers, and then after I tried to shoot mail to them, but I did not receive any response from there. So this is then after we I planned personally from my side that I'll make a CRM, and basis on that we will keep approaching different clients, or by the robot system and by the bot itself, and that may generate some leads. So, but I'm not 100% sure, how and what we can do.
See, digital marketing, when it comes to any content marketing, email campaigns,
hmm
CRM setup, um,
hmm
this type of all the efforts, social media marketing,
hmm
it's going to take a long time. It's not going to give you immediate results. So
Yes,
people
yes.
expect results in 30, 60 days. It's not going to
hmm
happen. It takes years and years to create that, foundation
hmm
until the
hmm
companies start noticing you. Uh,
hmm
it takes it takes contextual content at a scale, which I always say. It takes a lot of time. So it's gonna take minimum 1 or 2 years for you just to get noticed.
Mm-hmm.
That too is not sure that immediately clients will come on board, but just to get noticed, because you're just doing it by yourself and your partner. Only two of you are doing it. You don't have any full-fledged marketing agency working for you at a large-scale budget. Understood.
Mm-hmm.
So this is always going to be a challenging, but it will definitely show results. There is no doubt in it, because instead of going and paying any upfront fees to the brokers and agents and then losing that money all the way, it will definitely
Mm-hmm.
show you. So parallelly, keep working on it, and only email campaigns again is not going to help you. So your
Mm-hmm.
database, email campaigns, social media marketing, especially exclusively LinkedIn. I mean, pay a lot of attention to LinkedIn. That's going to help you. There are a lot of forums, groups which are there on LinkedIn. So keep posting, publishing a lot of content there. Value
Mm-hmm.
added content. I'm not talking about the advertisements. I'm talking about the content which will help people, your target
Okay.
audience. The first
Yeah.
thing is that you need to know what your target audience is. So
Mm-hmm.
once you decide that target audience in terms of the geographies, the company size, the employee size, whether you're targeting the president, owners, directors, CEOs, and then what their pain
Mm-hmm.
points are, what are the challenges that they're facing, and then accordingly create content and publish it every week. So at least in every 7 days, you should be publishing it.
Mm-hmm.
So then, they will start noticing you. This is about digital marketing, content marketing, and I would call it as a 360-degree marketing. So if you're just dependent on email campaigns, if you're dependent on phone calls, or if you're dependent only on creating videos, a blog posts on social media, only one
Mm-hmm.
strategy is not going to help you. You need to have this complete 360-degree consistently. If you have that type of
Okay.
budget, better outsource it to any best marketing agencies in your city, wherever you are located. That's one way that you could do it. The second way in the budget that you have already vested, the money which is gone or you're trying to recover it. In this type
Mm-hmm.
of budgets, I always recommend that, that was a decent budget that you had. 10 lakh is around more than 20, 20, 30,000 dollars. So in that much budget, you can even make direct sales and marketing. So if you're targeting the audience based in US or
Mm-hmm.
Canada, you can make
Mm-hmm.
a list of those type of clients, get the appointments from them through email campaigns and phone appointments, visit them. And sometimes it's difficult to visit all those offices because of the geographical distances, and then it becomes expensive to travel all the way. But then in that case, you can always attend some of the industry trade shows, conferences, industry association meetings. Those are the best events where you can actually meet a lot of potential prospects. And then you can get those type of events. You can get the information on 10times.com. You can see which events are happening around the world. Like last one, there was a very good meeting happening in Malaysia.
Mm-hmm.
So these are some of the important events with which you could go and attend it. So in the budget, what you have.
So, if we go to those meetings, will that make a greater impact? Because I'm not very much familiar how and what to whom we can interact with, so that we can get the best out of it. Because we also need to know who's the final person to whom we need to approach, so that they can make a decision. And apart from that, how and what we can do to figure out whether they need it or not. So this is also one of the major thing, because let's say if we are approaching a company and they have already outsourced their business to someone else, so it will be very difficult from them for them to switch business from one point to another point. And we need to show some good thing to them, which can make them feel that they can definitely rely on us. So this is also one of the key thing that we were thinking about, and what we can exactly do, and what framework we can make, and so that we can have the right people with us.
Right. So your question, I would divide it into two. One is that targeting the right audience or targeting the right potential
Hmm.
prospects. And the second is doing the
Hmm.
need analysis. Need analysis is basically, do they really need it or not?
Hmm.
So your question, the first question is about targeting the right audience. It's basically it is easy if you go through the footprints which are already proven. That means if you look at the software industry or if you look at
Hmm.
the BPO industry, and if you see
Hmm.
the proportionate of it from where the major business comes in. For example, the finance industry, healthcare
Hmm.
industry, travel, transportation, real estate, These
Mm-hmm.
are some of the industries where you get a lot of business. Then
Yes.
following that, telecom industry, retail industry.
Mm-hmm.
However, you cannot target all these industries. Ideally, it's not possible. The reason is because you being a startup company, you cannot go and knock the doors of the major companies like biggest telecom companies in the states. You cannot do that. E-commerce companies, you can't do that. So
Mm-hmm.
if you filter down all this data, then you will come to know, okay, these are the three or four industries that you can target. For example, travel, transportation, finance, healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
Once it's decided, then you need to decide, okay, which are the events happening in this year and which are the best places where you could go and attend. It may not even necessarily, it's not necessary that you will have to travel across, and go and be there in the US, but there may be some meetings happening in nearest countries like Malaysia, Singapore, Dubai, where you
Okay.
can network with these people. So the first question is qualifying or not. The first question is about the targeting the prospect. So this is
Mm-hmm.
targeting the prospect.
Mm-hmm.
Now about qualifying them, or now about doing the need analysis, whether do they need it or they don't need it. This is a
Mm-hmm.
complete part of sales cycle, I always say. So if you meet 100 people, all 100 people are definitely not going to be, first of all, qualified into your requirement. Qualified in the sense, your sales funnel will have a qualification criteria as well. A company with level one or tier one companies, multinational companies, they don't fit into your criteria. Even if they have lead, they will not fit into your criteria. The reason is they will never outsource to you. There are very little
Mm-hmm.
chances. There's
Yeah.
one thing. So they don't fit into the qualification criteria. So then your qualification criteria should be mid-size, small-size companies, 50 to 100 employees, based in XYZ industries that you decide. That is your
Mm-hmm.
qualification criteria. Once you qualify, once you know where these events are happening, you know your target audience, they're qualified.
Mm-hmm.
Then the second steps comes is your need analysis. Whether do they really need your services or not? That will only happen when you will actually do the interactions with them. A lot of interactions, meeting a lot of prospects. So the bigger the sales funnel you have, the more chances of getting clients converted. That's one thing. Second thing, if the potential clients, if they're already using your competitor services, it is never a challenge. I always take it as an opportunity because in that case, you don't have to convince them the benefits of outsourcing.
Mm-hmm.
If the prospects have never used any outsourcing services, if they have never considered it, in fact, it's little difficult because they are completely unaware of the benefits. They have never gone through that way, so it becomes
Mm-hmm.
difficult. So if you're already working with someone, there are high
Mm-hmm.
chances they may be dissatisfied, not happy with the services or the pricing or something. So
Mm-hmm.
there are chances of getting such prospects. So this is the best time that you can approach those type of prospects.
Mm-hmm. So, coming to that question, after that, the next thing comes into the mind is, what are the right person? Who's the right person to whom we need to approach so that we can have a better chance or better wherein we can showcase what benefit we can bring into the company and what we can do from our side so that they can get benefit out of it. And so we are also not sure about the right people to whom we need to approach. And is it the main owners of the companies, or the higher management, or what what exactly?
See, there will be only decision makers and influencers. Now, the decision
Mhm,
makers, if you will say, then the CEOs, directors, owners, founders, those will be the decision makers of the company.
mhm,
And the influencers, if you will say, then the managers under them who are working closely to them. In the US,
mhm,
they call them as the controllers of the office, the senior managers,
mhm,
operations heads,
mhm,
department managers. So those are the people who are influencers. They can't make the decision of outsourcing, but they
mhm,
can definitely influence their seniors. Um, so if you will start doing the conversations with people, you can immediately start having conversations at least through LinkedIn and such type of platforms to the
mhm,
managers, senior managers, the best people. The very first person that you can get connected with on LinkedIn would be the business development manager. He is a
okay.
person who will immediately accept your request. He's not going to take a while, or even he's not
Mhm,
going to give a second thought to accept your connection request because BDMs are always approachable, business development
mhm,
managers. So find BDM, connect
mhm,
with him in that company. So that's your
mhm,
first interaction with the company. Then you go to the second ones, would be the CEOs, directors, who will take a little more time to accept the request. But when they see that XYZ person from their company has already accepted the request, there are high chances that they will also accept it. And then you will do the interaction with them. If you get an opportunity to attend such type of seminars or conferences, that's the best opportunity to directly meet with people because they can see you face to face. They are going to give you a lot of insights. That's the best opportunity to network with people. So I would say that's going to have a major impact compared to any other media channels or any other marketing efforts that you take.
Okay, sure. Thank you. And one more question is there. I'm so sorry, I just put on so many questions, and this will
Yeah,
be
no
very
problem. Sure, sure. Feel
okay.
free to ask any
Uh,
question. Sure.
so, like, when it comes to marketing, uh, I need to know what exactly is there any template or any kind of a format that we need to follow up so that can be more attractive. Because what happens on a daily basis, we keep on receiving so many mails, and it becomes very quite that we start obsoleting, those emails, and that happens with everyone. So we were also thinking to frame out some kind of a mail, or because if we keep on drafting the same mail to every each and every client, that will be more of a kind of a robotic mail. It would We would not be having a human touch in that itself, and it'll not be a personalized mail. So we were thinking about to make any kind of a mail which could be personalized at the same time, like we can also send it to more and more people. So is there any kind of a strategy that we can make towards it?
Um, yes. If you need email templates, then I have some ready email templates. I can email you, or it's also there on my executive program on the website, offshoringconsultant.com, or I will
Yeah,
email it to you. Just let me know your email address. I will send it to you.
sure.
Now, sending personal emails to everyone is little difficult because, see, in case if you have a database of 30,000, 50,000, 100,000 potential prospects, sending everyone with a different, like, with manual efforts, basically, it's going to take a while unless you have a team of 10, 15 people just working on it. So
Mhm,
that is why I always recommend that you use CRM. CRM gives you an opportunity to customize those fields. So, once you actually start using it, you will come to know. So instead of
mhm,
putting that person's name, you can actually do hashtag first name,
mhm,
hashtag last name, or hashtag company name. And the
mhm,
CRM will
mhm,
automatically take the company name or take the
mhm.
first name,
Yeah.
draft it, and send
Mhm,
it to them. Again, there is no hard and fast rule or the email templates which I will say, which I will send it to you will 100% give the conversions. The reason is because you will have to play around with the email templates, the subject lines. The very first thing is not even email template. The first thing that you need to consider is the subject line, because the subject line will decide whether the person is going to basically, by reading the subject line, he's going to decide whether he should open the email or not.
mhm,
Once he opens it, then he's gonna take a couple of seconds whether he should read that entire email or not. Because sometimes I receive so many spam emails, very long, lengthy emails with so many services and whatnot, and then attachments of the presentations and everything. People immediately get to know it's a spam email. It's something to sell, some kind of services or products. So my recommendation to you is that email should not be more than 5 to 7 lines. Be very precise.
mhm,
On the first email, you should never put your services that we say, we give outbound sales, inbound sales, and so on, customer support. We need these services. Do you have need more? I would suggest you just completely say out of that. Make it very small, brief, email stating that, hey, I found your LinkedIn, I found your profile very interesting, and I feel that there could be some great synergies between our businesses. There are high chances that maybe our business or our company could bring XYZ benefits to you. The
mhm.
benefits would be the benefits that you can mention it now. That 24/7 services, or whatever the pain points that you basically
Yes,
resolve.
yes, yes.
And can we have and then at the end of the email you will have CTA. CTA is call to action.
All
So,
good.
hey, can we have a quick call this week? So you're mentioning the time frame that in this week can you have a quick call? That is a call to action, and that's it. And then you have a second follow-up email after 3 4 days, and you have third follow-up email. So you send 3 to 5 emails, follow-up emails with the intervals of 2 to 3 days, and that should give you good response rate. If it doesn't, then change your subject lines in email templates. That's the only way.
Yeah, that's really helpful. And I understand because I was just thinking some other way. I was thinking like, maybe we can draft a good email to them. Yeah, and the major mistake that I was just doing at that for the emails was like, drafting a long email, writing down all the stories and everything. So I understand. Yeah, this would not help us. So yeah, so these are the questions that we had, and apart from that, I would also like to tell you that there are few consultants who are also like approaching us to they are also charging some upfront amount, and I don't know how and what to react on them because it's been quite a good time that we have been just into this dilemma right now, like what we need to do at this point of a time after losing so much of money because that investment was not the only investment. Apart from that, we had also invested in multiple things, taking the server and having the big office and investing in so many other things also. So the total investment of ours was more than 35 lakhs. So this is like what we have lost, but we are still hoping like we can start something and we can build something for the industry. And yeah, so I was going through with your videos and I found it very like knowledgeable that we can get some knowledge from you, and you helped us a lot giving all those knowledge, and we will definitely try. And if there is anything that you can suggest us to do and what we can do at this point of our time.
See, if you have any ready infrastructure, if that's what you're saying, then
Hmm.
I'll keep it in mind. Send me some pictures of the infrastructure what you have because I keep
Hmm.
receiving inquiries. Last
Hmm.
month also there was inquiry of around 80 85 people. The company was based in Florida. They wanted somebody to immediately start the campaigns, and I'm helping them as a offshoring consultant. So I'm
Hmm.
helping some of the companies as an offshoring consultant in client acquisition as well as business operations. So whether it is talent acquisition or whether it is training and development or software
Hmm.
procurement, any of these type of questions that they have, or sometimes
Hmm.
they have questions related to compliances when they're setting up companies in India, then I
Hmm.
help those companies. So in case if you have any ready infrastructure with data security and everything is already taken care, if you guys
Hmm.
have the licenses which are required, then send me anything that you have. I will keep that in mind. In case if the inquiry
Yeah.
comes, I keep visiting New Delhi and NCR area. I would
Hmm.
definitely visit your office, and if that helps, I would be more than happy to share the prospect details, and maybe we can do something together. I don't charge any upfront fees. I'm not interested in those type of upfront fees, commissions, brokerage, royalty, partnership. These are a couple of things that people offer me, and I don't work on all those conditions, to be very honest. So if the project gets successful, I would love to hear from you, and then we can take it further from there.
Yeah, sure. I'll definitely share all the photographs and everything for our premises. And please, that will be very, very helpful for us, and we will definitely be looking forward. Okay, I think like we have been just talking a lot, and Rubina is just really watching us.
Sure.
Rubina, do you have?
Rubina, any questions you have? For sure.
Most of the questions Nitin has covered. So no, I don't have any other question.
Okay. Any questions you guys have, even in the future, just message me on WhatsApp, and I will be happy to answer. You
Yeah,
guys asked really good questions, so I might share some of the synopsis of this meeting even on our YouTube, so even other people can get benefited from it.
sure. That's
Okay, sure. Thank you.
okay.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. Bye.
thanks.